Today I'll be showing you how to take a website like this, basically just wireframes that you create in a few minutes with Lovable, turn it into something that looks nice and has all the graphics that you need with all of the text that you've taken from the wireframe, and then to actually build a live website with everything that you need that actually looks like this, with all of the animations, with all of the stuff, with custom elements and custom icons. I will be using Lovable and Framer, which are a no-code platform that allows you to do this. And the first step would be to actually get acquainted with Lovable. So I will basically show you a little bit around it so you have understanding, because it's the future. And if you're not going to be 1% of people who will learn these tools, you will become 99% of people who will be left behind. So this is the Lovable interface. And basically here is the chat that you can see the code if you're a coder, or if you're like me, which is you don't know how to code, you can just interact with chat here. So you can type whatever you want and it will let you change anything that you want. So basically it allows you to create beautiful interfaces like this, interactive elements like this, and obviously everything is mobile optimized in the first place, since this Lovable creates websites with already mobile optimizations. The first step in any website design, in any project at all, is starting with a task description. So if you have a description from a client, or a client provided you a text, you can just place it in here. But in my case, I will be just creating a website for a friend on my app. So let's say landing page for, so the app is an AI-powered note-taking app, basically traditional notes app like Apple Notes, Evernote, etc., but with the ability to speak or type directly, and it will create. So I'm just going to type it in here and say build a landing page, and just say use dark colors, since I think that's pretty cool to use that. While it's loading, just wanted to say that I'm not sponsored by Lovable. You can use it absolutely for free, up to 5 prompts a day. So you can create a website that looks beautiful. You can send that to the client as a wireframe. Don't say that it's a final website that he can use it. Just say, look, I've created a wireframe, and based on this, please go ahead and input your text, input your pictures, input everything that you need, and I'll just transform into actual website later. And how long does it take you? It took you literally just 2 minutes to build this prototype or wireframe. Obviously, if you would include other section description, it would create a longer one. Since I didn't, it just created like this. And this is a great start, because I already have understanding what copy there would be, what structures there would be, and how I can look for a template in Framer to actually take this and turn it into actual website. So, and this would be step number 2, to actually go ahead and find similar website in Framer. But what I want to do is add a blog section at the bottom. Just add one more section to show you how it works and how it adds sections. Then I can show you basically how to change elements. So there is this edit button here that I can click on anything and edit things without writing here if you want to save some prompts. But let's wait for it to create a blog. So now it's added a blog, and we have a literally landing page with all of the sections, because the biggest problem that a lot of people are not creating websites, they just don't know what to put on it. They just don't know how to put on it. Like if you have just a text document with all of the features, description, you wouldn't know how to display it on a website unless you're a web designer. So this allows you to create beautiful stuff and have a structure in mind without being a web designer. But it doesn't look particularly good, and if your clients wants to edit it, if a client wants to add a blog with a CMS, it would be a little bit hassle. So what you want to do next is go to Framer Marketplace. And Framer is a no-code tool that allows you to create beautiful websites that are high converting as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a template that has similar sections to this. So then I can just customize it. I can find something that has similar vibe and similar stuff, and I can just take and customize it based on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select just random one and see the categories here. This one is pretty cool. I might use that, but it's paid. So I want to choose artificial intelligence for now, and let's do free, because Framer has a lot of free templates. And if you can use free, I don't know why wouldn't you? And now I just need to find a template that I like. This one is pretty cool. I'm just going to open 3 for sake of just showing you how to do this. And usually when you want to send update to the client, you don't want to just send one update. You want to send like 1 or 2 or 3. Yeah, so they have the ability to choose what they like. So I'm going to choose one more that I find interesting. Let's do this one. It's pretty cool. And let's preview 3 of them and see which one is the best. And when you're presenting them to the clients, you can just say, hey, created 3 versions of the website. This one is very modern elements. It has nice animation, some background. Then you can go to another one and say, hey, this version is more of a green color type. It has less animations, more minimalistic and stuff. So basically just give an idea up to the client what you want to present. So let's see another website, which is this one, the third one. I think this looks pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click use for free here. Copy to my Framer account. Very easily, you see how easy it is to build a website with Framer. Once I'm here, there are 3 things that I need to do. First is customize the sections, pictures, and the text. 2 of them are pretty easy, so you can customize the section easily and the text, but you'll need to see how I do customize the picture later. So yeah, first let's open the Lovable website, and now that we have all of the text structure, we can just copy this and place in our Lovable Framer template. So your notes, powered by AI. We have here the headline already done. Let's go to the copy this and paste that in here. So as you can see here at the top, we have some kind of tagline or about the fold. And what I usually would do for this is I would go to I'll copy the content of the website first. So let's publish it to get all of the copy of the website. I can use Control A to copy everything, and I'm just going to say, write a hero section content for this. Yeah, I know it's made a lot of mistake here, but you'll see that it creates exactly what I need. Here is the navbar items. Here is the tagline. Here is the description. So I'm gonna tagline, add a tagline. It didn't create actually tagline. Yeah, so this is the tagline, and that's what I'm going to copy. I'm going to go to Framer. This is the website, and there is a component, so I don't need to go inside. I need to change the text here and see the buttons that we have here. So get started for free, and the second button is not really visible. It made a mistake. I mean, I need to hover to see the button probably. So yeah, see demo, that makes sense. Let's copy that and paste into our website. See demo. And here in just 5 or 10 minutes, we have section. Here is section ready that we can present to the client and say, hey, this is the first option I've built. Let me know what you're thinking if you want me to create the rest of the website using this design. And a lot of agencies would spend weeks on to build something like this. They would charge like a few $1,000s for the client and just build this. If you can learn how to use AI tools, you can build this in matter of days and weeks and save your clients tons of money in the process, and you'll get a lot of them, because if you can propose to the business fast results, that's where they buy. That's the most important thing. So yeah, take a lot of learn a lot and try to build it as fast as you can. So yeah, this is how you customize the text. And basically I'm going to show you now how you can customize the sections, because as you can see, it looks differently in the terms of structure from this website. So that's where you need to go ahead and look, open pages here and look for similar section compared to this website that we have here. So now we have a feature section with 6 cards. So that's what you need to do. Go to this website and basically look for feature section with 6 cards. Something like this would be perfect. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to layers, select this feature card and just move it up here. Not this. this services card and just move it up under this section. We can actually keep the About Us. So what I can do is just ask it create About Us section. That's what I'm going to do. Create About Us section under Hero. And I'm just going to send it to it. And now it's going to write me a text for that. So it created a section with 3 cards, which I don't really need. So I'm just going to take all of this text, the team behind Notive, or I'm just going to ask it, make it to be just section about us with a headline and 3 paragraph description. Now that's what I need, so I can just copy the amount of text that I need from it. I don't have to do all of that, so let me just take a small part of this because this text is pretty large. So yeah, I just need these 3 words will be the white part here, as you can see. So here I just need to figure out how they do. Some text is white and some is black, darker, but I'm not gonna care about that too much. I'm just gonna copy all of this and place it inside of this file and see how it looks like. Oh yeah, I got it. It just uses some amount of words to make it white. We believe in creating technology that adapts to you. Let's keep it at that. So let's copy one more time and place it in here. Looks good. Let's paste a note taking. Instead of book an appointment, we can just have another button like get started. So I'm gonna put it in there. Let's just put it in there. So for the next section, we have services and we're gonna rename it to be features. So let's do that. Let's name it features. And after this, I will show you basically how I create beautiful graphics for it. So for this, I'll just have to rename this features and change the name here. Driven and no, for future driven. Let's say users. And for the description, just have the one that they have in here. So copy, go here. Let's get rid of this button since we want to show the features first. And now we can very easily go ahead and see all these features here. So first is voice control. What I'm going to do is, because of this is a component, I can just paste it in here. They have some sort of description. We don't need that, so I will show you how to get rid of that. But let's just update this. So subtitle, we don't really need that, so we're gonna get rid of that. And let's do it for smart organizations. So updated all the text. Someone might have a question about the icons, since do you need to change them? And I'd say no, because they're pretty general and nobody would even care about comparing if the icon is related with the text most of the time. But if you want, it's pretty easy to do. I assume what you want to do is select the icon here, and it would actually give you a list of icons. So you see the atom here, you can choose like arrow up. And actually, it's not just this template. This is just a random one. There's in most of the templates, there is this category. So the next step would be to actually see the rest of the section. We have this stuff here. Obviously, you can put some of your own things. Like we can go to the website and see some other elements that we can put here. So we can just put like this text that is related to our app. You can also change the icons here. I'm not going to do it for now, but and just show some other features of the app. Obviously, we can keep some of these, like data inside. I think we can keep that. Task completed. Let's do that as well. Analytics personalization data. Actually, let's keep that. Let's see what's the next section in our design. So we have features. The next section is how it works. Good section to put on any SaaS website. And we actually have something similar here. I think that we can use this section, I think, would be not bad. So let's get rid of this for now. Get rid of this. And while we're doing, I also want to add a pricing section. Let's do that while we're designing the rest. So this would be the process. Yep. I'm thinking whether I should use this as process because I like these icons, but to save time and to not have to create all of the elements, we can just get rid of that and use simple icons that are already there. So I'm going to just keep deleting everything until I get to the sections that I need. I'll save the features because the pricing because I don't need that, but I'll move it down. So the process and the call to action will also be keeping. I like the comparing sections, so we're gonna keep that. I like the testimonials, we're also gonna keep that, but not 6, just a little bit. And frequently asked questions can be done as well. Footer in that same, we can keep that also. I'm not gonna fill all of this. I'm just gonna show you on a couple of sections that I'll show you how to create custom graphics for the website. So now that we have the process here, we can just copy it. So the first would be speak or type. So I've just added the text. Let's also add the headlines to have the same as here. So we're going to make the description to be this 3 simple steps, and let's just put it in here very simply. And now we can do the same with how it works and paste it in here as well. Obviously we can remove this. We don't really need that. So now I assume it created the pricing section, simple transparent pricing. I think we can keep the headline that the template has. So flexible pricing sounds good for, yeah, let's just keep it like that. So it's pretty straightforward here. You would just go and update your own pricing or put the pricing of your company. So I'm just going to keep it at that. And let's say comparison. I just want to show you that you can ask the Lovable to create any sections that you need actually. So create a comparison section. And now it's going to create similar layout section that Framer has, that I'll just be able to update the content. And even if the client didn't say it for you to create it, you can leave it and add some content, and he will be thankful because the more content, the more sections you generally provide to the client, the more happy they would be. Imagine if you hired someone to do one type of work, you agreed on a scope of work, but he adds more than he was supposed to. Like, he would be grateful. You would not say, "Oh, why did you add this? I didn't ask it." So try to go beyond and above what your client asks you, and you'll have success. The same for frequently asked questions. You can just say create a frequently asked questions section. So yeah, here is the plan comparison, and I will just go here and update all of these items like this. I would just paste them in there. So now I just wanted to show you how can you update these cards, because obviously we don't want to just have these pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to browser and select this HTML to design plugin. I'm going to select this section with the element that we have here, and I'm going to just export it and import it into Figma. So for this, I'm just going to go to this file and select plugins, HTML to design, just basically to import it into Figma, and then I have better ability to edit things, to add stuff that I want, because I've been using Figma for the past 10 years. So I have a lot of experience with that, and it's much faster for me to do than in trying to edit the pictures in Framer. And I'm just going to quickly show you the example. So let's say I want to remove this element and put it in here. Let's remove this stuff as well. And now I can just paste it straight into here. Make it a bit smaller. Let me figure out what kind of stuff is cutting this thing at the bottom here. So might be this, yeah. So once I did that, I can make it a little bit longer here. or just keep it like this. And now basically I can export it and I can do the same thing in Framer. So let me just go ahead and try to do the same thing. So here in Framer, it's all image. So what I can do is just click an image here and import it inside. Let's just export it first. We are gonna export 3x for a better quality of the image. And now I can just select the image here. I believe that's this one. And let's just upload it and see how the first result might look like. Yeah, that's something that definitely would work for us. And that's exactly what we do for all of the other cards to have them updated. And now we can preview the website, send it to the client, and literally take us less than few hours to create if you would do everything as I explained. We have all the animations here, we have all the hover effects, and we have all of the cards here related to us, the process, the pricing with the nice animations, with the nice gradients, everything. We have this comparison section that we've built. We have this testimonial section and frequently asked questions, footer with call to action, and footer. Yeah. Let me know what you think about this process and what other tools that you use in the AI process. Would like to hear what you're using. Thank you.